Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video day, and today the Houston Astros lose to the Rockies 7-6. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in this loss for the Astros. You know, you always want to see your favorite team sweep a team when they have the opportunity, but you're really expecting a sweep when you go into a game playing a 19-67 team, and so. Look, I think this was a good offensive series for this Astros team. I liked what the offense did in this series. They had 16 hits today, 16 hits yesterday, 13 today, 9 the game before. Hit the ball really well in this series, and I think you'd hope for that against the Rockies, and if not, it'd be a very disappointment. But I think at times the thing that has been more impressive this year, this is no offense to the offense, the thing that has been more impressive for this Astros team at times has been their offense their pitching has been more impressive than their offense. It's no disrespect to the offense. That just shows how good their pitching has been this year. And I'm a little surprised and a tiny disappointed the fact that this amazing pitching group gave up double-digit hits every game of this series. They gave up 12 in the first game. They were still able to win that game. That was great. They gave up 13 the last game, but the offense is so good, and the pitching is good enough to the point where even though their opponent only has 13 hits, like they did in the last game, you limit them to 3 runs. But then today, again, 13 hits given up. Brandon Walter was just absolutely atrocious in this game. It's the second game you've seen from him, really. He's been great most of this season, but then today you just see that game from him where it just looks bad. What was crazy with Walter is that he didn't look great in the first inning. He gave it 2 runs. But I think the craziest thing with him in this game is that in the first inning, he picks up 3 strikeouts. He pitches another 3 innings. Another 4 innings. Pitches 5 innings today. Innings 2, 3, 4, and 5 has 0 strikeouts. When he had 3 in the first. This has been a guy that's been really good with getting strikeouts for the Astros. That is disappointing. But look, you can't win them all. I think that's the main thing to say here. You can't win them all. But it is disappointing when you put up a performance like this, to pitching-wise. I think you've got to be impressed with the offense. They picked up 13 hits. They scored 6 runs. That should be enough. The offense wasn't the problem today. That should be enough. I think one of the only reasons why I wanted to talk about this game in the first place today, honestly, I wanted to ignore this game. I didn't want to do a post-game for this game at all. But I'll tell you guys the one reason why I wanted to talk about this game. And this guy's number is number 11. I wanted to talk about Cam Smith. I mean, he's just something else, isn't he? Another 3-hit game. Back-to-back 3-hit games for him. Look, I don't know, how do I say this? And I'm not saying, when I say this, I'm not saying he's better than this player. But after today's Cam Smith 3-for-5 day, his batting average is now 1 point higher than Kyle Tucker this season. Could you have, all right, I want to picture this, anyone listening, picture this in your head. Imagine it in February or January when the Astros made that trade. Or just February when spring training was going on and Cam Smith started playing well. Imagine when that trade happened. I tell you, July 3rd, Cam Smith's batting average is better than Kyle Tucker. You're probably throwing a drink in my face if you have one. Probably taking that as an insult. Like, how dare you insist that? Like, Cam Smith might be a good player, but Cam Smith is not doing that much damage in the major leagues to be having a better batting average than Kyle Tucker. And then also, if I told you at the same time, Cam Smith is making a huge impact in right field. Maybe it's not as good as Kyle Tucker, but keep in mind, Cam Smith did not play right field until the Astros started trying him out in right field in spring training, which makes it really impressive. It's just been incredible. RBI triple today, 3 RBIs in this game. He's got 5 RBIs in the last 2 games. Just unbelievable this kid has been. I am so impressed with him. But unfortunately, this great game for him, the 3-for-5 game, to be now batting over over 290, which is something he had not reached since this level. I mean, this highest his batting average has been. I mean, you could look at the first season. Yeah, you could look at the first game of the season. Sure, first game of the season, he started off 1-for-1. But if you don't look at the first game of his career and you just look at when it's been like a lot of at bats for him, this is the highest his batting average has been, and it's higher than Tucker. And it's at this point the highest on the team outside of Jake Myers. So. His batting average has been one of the highest on the team, but he's coming after Jake Myers. Watch out, Jake Myers, and it's going to be hard for him to catch up to Myers, but he's chasing Myers down. But scoring summary: the Astros started off with an RBI double for Can Smith. He was a home run away from a cycle tonight. He was a home run away. He had a double. He had a first inning double. He had a single. He had a triple. It was just one away from a home run. He had some at bats where he tried to get it, struck out swinging twice. RBI triple to left for Smith, RBI double, and a regular single. The triples scored 2 runs in the 7th inning, so three RBIs for Smith. First inning RBI for Christian Walker to make it 2-0. Estrada first inning home run ties it up at 2. That was the second day in a row in this series that the Astros start off 2-0, and then the Rockies come right back with a 2-run home run. Then Isaac Paredes with the RBI double to center 3-2. Estrada ground out the pitcher, ties the game at 3. Single to left. Brandon Walter giving up 2 runs. Just Walter was atrocious, and then you see the 2 RBI triple to left for Smith makes it look like the Astros are going to get back in the ballgame. They had a couple games like that this year where they get back in the game, tie the game, and make you think they're gonna get back in the game. And then the next inning, the Rockies or whoever they're playing does something really nice. You've seen this a couple times in the last week with something Can Smith did. I mean, you saw it in their last loss against the Cubs. Can Smith, the Astros are down 2-1 to the Cubs. Can Smith hits a 2-run home run. Next thing you know, Lance McCullers Jr. and a bunch of other pitchers are giving up a bunch of runs. Ryan Gusto, Lance McCullers Jr. and other guys are getting up runs after runs. And, so you can just look at that as an example. And there have been many games this year for the Astros where you've seen them rally back, do some great things on offense, and then literally the next inning, pitching just fails. But the Astros tried to make some noise in the 9th inning. It started off with a Jake Myers triple, which the Astros had 2 of those today. And then Altuve grounds out to score a run, makes it 7-6. And you saw a couple hits after that. Christian Walker and Caratini had a couple hits. And the Astros tried to knock someone in, to tie the game, and Cooper Hummel failed with a fly out to right to end the game. All right, Isaac Paredes went 2 for 5 today, double for an RBI and a single to center. Jake Myers 2 for 5, infield single and a triple, 2 runs scored. Altuve 2 for 4, 2 runs scored, single to left. Myers to second, walk for Altuve in the 5th, double to left to get Paredes to 3rd in the 7th inning. Good day for Altuve. Can Smith 3 for 5, double to right for an RBI for Smith, and then the 3 RBI triple and a regular single for Can Smith was the home run away from a cycle. Walker was 1 for 5 today, but he continues his hitting streak against the Rockies. It will go to another year for Christian Walker. He's got a 21-game hitting streak against the Rockies. Single to right. Look, even though this was not a great day for Walker being 1 for 5, put a lot of contact to the ball, from 3rd to the 7th inning with a bunch of flyouts. But for Walker, this was a good series. A really good series for Walker. Walker went 6 for 14. So I'm pretty impressed with what Walker did in this series. His batting average is almost 500 in the series. So I'm impressed. Another RBI for him today. I'm perfectly happy with the 6 for 14 series for Walker. All right, Victor Caratini went 1 for 5 today. He had a grand slam in this series. 9th inning single to left, Walker to second. That was it for him. That was when the Astros tried to make some noise and couldn't do it. that was really it. I mean, yeah, Mauricio Dubon went 1 for 3 with the infield single, and which originally they called an error, but then they switched it. Yonder Diaz went 1 for 1 with the infield single and a pinch hit appearance, and that was really it. Brandon Walter was really bad. 5 innings, 5 earned runs given up, 8 hits, 3 strikeouts. And then Jordan Weems was really bad. 2 innings, 5 hits, giving up 2 earned runs. Caleb Port wasn't that bad. He pitched the 8th, gave up 1 walk, but no other damage done. So you know what, the one thing I've noticed in the last 2 games of this series, and really these series, these Astros pitchers have had a hard time, you know, pitching and getting strikes. I mean, yesterday Hunter Brown had a really hard time. He pitched 102 pitches and only threw 63 strikes. Hunter Brown had a really hard time getting in the strike zone, and Brandon Walter did today too. Caleb Ward had a really tough time. A couple other pitchers had a tough time in this series. It seemed like, and look, it seems like all pitchers are having a hard time, playing in this ballpark. I think the weather in Colorado definitely could be playing an impact into that. Hunter was really having a hard time yesterday. Let me know your thoughts on the Astros 7-6 loss in the comment section, but they still get the series win. It's another series win for the Astros. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and peace out.